Yo, 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 what's the word, family? It's your boy Steady Rozier, aka Zero Dark Steady. We back up in this thing. Now, today what I want to talk about is the importance of not wasting time as a godly man, or as a man that's trying to live a godly lifestyle. They're all one and the same in this regard, but I was just thinking about this. I'm on my way to the gym, or rather I'm at the gym, but just outside of it. And I was just thinking about like the transformation mentally that God has taken me through over the course of really the last 3 months, I would say. And I know that God is going to bless me with a family and everything like that. And these are the desires of my heart. And I'm sure that there are others out there that feel the same as men, or even as a woman. You know what I'm saying? You're looking for God to bless you with a family and everything like that. And I know it's on the horizon. I know it's coming, but God has been dealing with me in the fruits of the Spirit, in that He's dealing with my patience, and my patience has become way more, I guess, poignant, way more impressive, I guess you could say. I've gained a lot of patience, and I've come a long way from just desiring it to the point where I'm like, when is it coming? To desiring it in a way, in a healthy way, where I'm like, you know what? I'm actually happy that I'm single right now. You know what I'm saying? Because when you date as a worldly man, being somebody who used to date worldly, and now I'm choosing to date or move in a godly fashion, because this is the trajectory of my life. Dating as a worldly man, okay, it's like you could waste a little time. No matter the age, you could waste your time a little bit, because, okay, this may not be something serious. It might be something where you just want to kind of move and groove. You kind of want to, explore things physically with that person, experience physical gratification. You know what I'm saying? All that. But when you're trying to live a godly lifestyle, and you're not focused on doing those things because you know it's unbecoming of what God is calling you to be, who God is calling you to be, excuse me, you begin to realize that if this person isn't the person that God has for me, in order to, build that family, to build that ministry, you know what I'm saying, that God is calling for you to, be in, essentially, and in many cases, it could just be a waste of time. It can be an open door for the enemy to cause you to fall and stumble, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, on my way to the gym, I was just thinking about it. I'm like, as much as I desire to have these things, I'm so happy and grateful to be single. I know the Bible describes singleness as a gift, and I'm happy to be single. And the reason that I'm happy is because when living a godly lifestyle, you understand that even in dating, in courting, it's way more impactful on your life. You know what I'm saying? It takes time and effort, because when you're dating as a godly man, you know that now you're preparing in the courting phase to take on responsibility. You know what I'm saying? This woman is now my responsibility. I'm her protector. I'm her covering. And as God is covering me, I'm covering her. So when you look at it from that perspective and you understand how serious it is, if you're not necessarily in the relationship or with the woman that God has for you, it's better to be single. I've had situations and times that have, that I've gone through over these last few months, where I'm like, I thought I wanted to do something, and then I realized I didn't really want that the way that I thought I wanted it. You know what I'm saying? Just realizing different things about myself. Being in a relationship and realizing that although I care about this person, although that I love this person as a person, when the emotions, the emotional high faded, and I was able to hear God clearly, I realized this person isn't for me. So much so that I had to immediately pull myself out of the situation with the young lady. You know what I'm saying? Because I just felt like God was telling me, like, this is not what I have for you. And in the past, I would have continued to push forward, and I would have continued to, you know, build upon that relationship, only to realize I should have left years ago, because God showed me that this wasn't for me. And I'm saying all this to say that when you're living a godly lifestyle, whether you're male or female, if you're trying to live for God, if you're putting an earnest effort in to do it a godly way, dating is different for you. You're not going around sleeping around. You're not going around wasting people's time. This is preparation for you to be the husband or the wife that God is calling you to be. And as a result, this is the time when you work out your salvation with fear and trembling, first and foremost. But this is the time when you work out those issues that you have. If you have a issue being loyal, this is the time when you go to God and you ask him to deliver you from that. If you have an issue with lust, if you're watching explicit content, if you know what I mean, if you get in my drift, these are the times where you need God to deliver you from these things before you connect with that person that God has for you. And the reason why singleness is a gift is, first and foremost, you can focus on God solely. If you're a female, you can focus on God solely. God is your covering directly. If you're a man, you're focusing on God solely. God is obviously the male covering. You know what I'm saying? He's leading you. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about the responsibilities that come along with having a family. You know what I'm saying? Speaking mainly to my men out there, obviously, because I'm a man. That's a responsibility. That's a lot to take on. And are you prepared to take that on? Are you prepared to steward this woman properly? Are you prepared to die to yourself daily? Are you prepared to love her as Christ loved the church? Are you prepared to, potentially work long hours sometimes because she might be at home with the kids? Whatever the situation may be, are you prepared? This is your responsibility. She's taking on your last name. I know there's some funny business going on these days when it comes to that stuff, but we ain't dealing with that. We're godly men. We're godly women, for my women out there. We're godly children. So with that being said, the way that we view the world and the way that we move and groove got to be different. You know what I'm saying? Are you ready for the responsibility? And as I speak to you guys, I speak to myself. Are you ready for the responsibility of what God has in store for you? And during this time, it's about character building. You're building the character necessary to be able to steward what God is giving you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's just a little something. Just a little tidbit to put in people's ears, whoever might hear this. Because at the end of the day, are you ready to steward the responsibility that God is giving you? You know what I mean? And if you're not, honestly, first and foremost, be honest with yourself. And if you're not, it's okay. Just allow God to move and groove and work in your life in order to create the person that in you that you are always meant to be. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm thinking about dropping a part 2 to this, but if I don't, that's all I got for now. It's your boy Seti Rose here, aka Zero Dark Seti. We signing out this thing. Get it.